Hello. This is a brief taster of a subscriber bonus episode we touched on in our last show, all about the most magnificent tasting we did called the Greatest Chardonnay Showdown.
Not to be confused with a hoedown or a certain Hugh Jackman Zendaya film. All very different things, even if they could be fun together, thinking about it. You could do all three together.
Ooh, gosh.
Wow. Anyway, keep focused. The full-length episode is available now for our Wine Blast Plus subscribers. So if you like what you hear in this taster, do sign up to listen to the programme in full.
So yes, this was a rather grand tasting put on by the organisers of the London Wine Fair, pitting 27 top Chardonnays from all around the world against each other in a rigorous blind tasting. From Grand Cru Burgundy to vintage champagne via Western Australia, Sonoma County and even Japan. Who would prevail?
Ooh, I feel like we need some nice sound effects there, which I clearly don't have.
They were not
haven't
so
invested
good.
in.
No.
Anyway, 18 top tasters had been assembled. Somehow the two of us wangled an invitation as well, with masters of wine and master sommeliers aplenty, all with open minds and a healthy Chardonnay thirst. And the results are intriguing. From the overall greatest Chardonnay of the world to the best emerging region Chardonnay to the best value Chardonnays, the results are well worth discussing and digesting.
And we're very good at discussing and digesting, aren't we?
Particularly good at digesting.
But we not only do that, with tastings like this, very often it's just the headlines that grab all the attention or some of the overall consensus results. What we found most intriguing about this tasting was the granular detail, why certain wines did well and others didn't. You know, what were the secrets to the best wines? That kind of thing, you know. So to convey that level of nuance, we go into our own individual scores and tasting notes to try to wrestle with this delicious enigma that is Chardonnay and get right to the heart of quality and style for this fabulous grape.
Don't forget, this is the grape variety that Australian wine legend Brian Crozer officially declared to be the best wine grape, full stop. That was an exclusive Wine Blast revelation. First time he's ever said that on the Adelaide Hills episode. So this is a key topic to be addressing right now.
So if you want to keep properly abreast of key topics in the wine world, do sign up to Wine Blast Plus. You'll also be supporting the podcast, enabling us to keep doing what we do, which will earn you our lifelong gratitude. We've got other bonus episodes, including a unique blind tasting of top 2021 Super Tuscans, plus fascinating interviews with the likes of wine royalty Hugh Johnson, Hollywood actor and proud Kiwi wine producer Sam Neill, and Coravin founder Greg Lambrecht, not to mention a magnificent 100-point wine tasting, which features a heated debate on the point of scoring wines more generally.
If you sign up, you'll also get early access to all episodes and benefit from subscriber-only discounts with the likes of Coravin, Jancis Robinson Glassware and Academy du Vin Library. Not only that, you also get full archive access as our back catalogue gradually moves behind the paywall. We'd love you to join the gang. Just head to wineblast.co.uk or follow the link in the show notes.
For now, though, here are a couple of snippets from this bonus episode on the Greatest Chardonnay Showdown tasting. I like to think I was right in the thick of the zeitgeist there, you know, given this really isn't far off the overall top 10.
You are such a teacher's pet. You really are. I on the other hand, I pride myself
Set
on being
the
a
trend.
maverick.
You are a maverick, you always will be.
Putting the cat amongst the pigeons.
So you're completely different result.
Outstanding value.
Stunning value, that. Yeah,
Kevin
really
Grant
good
calls
value.
this an unapologetically wooded Chardonnay, even though actually only about 17% of the oak was new, apparently. It's another wine from Hemel-en-Aarde. For me, this is a wine that sang. It's rich, but not over the top. It's very long. It's seamless. Golden, sun-kissed fruit, but also fresh, mineral, saline, savoury. For me, it was Grand Cru level.
You loved this,
It was
didn't you?
my favourite wine
of the tasting. Of the whole tasting.
It was my top.
Yeah.
It was our
Wow.
fourth favourite overall outside of Fizz.
yeah.
So I mean, I was big on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you were bigger than me. I thought it was great. You know, what I liked about it was it had a quirkiness to it. I put quirky rather than classy. There was a smoky note sort of underlying there. There was something slightly waxy on the nose, resinous in the mouth. I mean, it had lots of character and tangy baked fruit. It was interesting and different, I felt, rather than Grand Cru.
Okay, but I mean, what I want from my shot, I want some generosity.
Yeah, and that's fair. But it's all got to be in balance. I'm not saying that wasn't. It was just, for me, not one of the top wines.
I did find it quite seamless, I have to say. I said lingers for ages, very, very, very long. Generous texture, but also refreshing. Anyway, I love that.
So it's a 5th generation Swiss producer who were inspired by Burgundy. And I was really impressed with this, really impressed. It was complex, it was creamy, mealy, mineral. There was a touch of reduction, very elegant, steely. I mean, it was my 4th favourite if you discount the fizz. I mean, the only thing I would say, slightly oily finish. But other than that, absolutely great.
Yeah, I think you were really impressed. I was initially quite impressed. And then I came back to it. I found the oak dominated too much. It was really smoky and pithy and toasty. But, like I say, the more I came back, the more the oak dominated. It almost veered into sort of smoky bacon. You know when oak can go into that
And
smoky
what's wrong
bacon?
with that?
Wow, you're right, actually, guy who doesn't love a bacon sandwich. But at the same time, maybe not in my glass of Chardonnay. And also I found a bit of the wood tannin on the palate coming through. That's when you know that there's too much wood. And I found the acidity a little bit sour coming back. So, ultimately, initially impressed me. When I came back, it seemed a bit worked or contrived. So actually, this ended up as my lowest score, funny enough, for that reason.
Lowest?
Because I don't want my Chardonnay overworked.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, no. Okay, well, we'll disagree agreeably on that one.
Okay.
What about the next one? I think we probably do agree on this
wine.
one.
No, well, let's see. Number 7, Takahiko Soga Yoichi-Nobori Chardonnay 2024 from Japan.
I'm pleased you said that.
11.5%. I'm not sure I said it right. So apparently he's a bit of a legend. And this wine is something of a unicorn. So it was amazing to have it in the tasting, really. Very different register, wasn't it, this wine?
When you say unicorn, why do you say that?
Well, it's just incredibly hard to find. I mean, I couldn't even. I was trying to research it. I can't find it. There's no digital footprint in this wine. It does not exist. It's like Steven Spurrier's English wine in Paris Customs does not exist. So anyway, I might be being silly, but definitely in terms of the wine, really different, isn't it?
Very different.
I smelled this one and I was like, oh, what is going on here?
Yeah,
but I quite liked it. So it was quite heady. There was some lactone-y type, high-tone aromas. I think he's quite a natural producer, I believe. Please write in and tell me about him, because it's the main thing was the key elements of the wine. There was some lovely acidity. It was quite mealy and good texture, good lees work. Nicely done, I wrote. So I gave it a pretty decent mark, even though I couldn't quite get my head around it. I wanted to sit with it for a long time. Yeah,
no, I think this was actually one of my lowest marks, but I wrote it seems to be from an entirely different location, which it was. Right. And I found it sort of fresh and soft and blossomy, and just a totally different expression of Chardonnay. Yeah. Really interesting to taste, and not one of my better marks. But hey, who gets to taste Japanese Chardonnay every day? We don't, I mean,
I just read in my note, I wrote, it smells like freshly made salted popcorn with a bit of butter and salted caramel on top.
Lovely.
What's not to like about that? It's interesting just listening to our notes on the French wines. A lot of them are kind of like really solid, really accomplished, but just not thrilling us.
No.
And I think that maybe that's an interesting point to pick up on. You'd expect at this level that they would be thrilling.
However, we haven't got onto the next one yet.
We haven't. Shall we? And I'm going to say this in a whisper, £700.
A bottle.
I may have been a bit demob happy here and slightly seduced by the maturity.
You love a bit of old wine, don't you?
Again, that sunniness, it's my 5th favourite. You weren't a fan.
No.
But, I just got clotted cream. I got quince, fig, old paper, old champagne. Loved that little bit of age and maturity. It wasn't a little bit, it was a lot, actually. Complex, savoury richness. But, also a mineral sort of saline energy and drive on the finish. I said old but good. Not great, but good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a bit old in my book. Mushroomy, very developed. It is. I said yes, it's layered, but just a bit too much. I think it lacked freshness and energy. Very tertiary. I did say maybe for a truffle risotto.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
So we could do that, couldn't we?
So I finished on a high, blasting off into the stratosphere. You were sort of slightly overwhelmed by this stage, but you were still thinking of a mushroom
I'm thinking
risotto.
food. By this point, after 27 wines, I was really hungry.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
I was leaping out the tasting, and you were heading for the.
So what are our conclusions?
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, really fascinating tasting. I think we both love Chardonnay, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there do
knows
too.
That
But it's it is the most fabulous grape variety. It's sometimes dissed, but actually, do you know what? It's fantastic. We're on record for saying with Chardonnay tarts, it's probably one of, if not our favourite grape varieties. Yeah. So amazing to be able to explore it like this.
I mean, but saying that, it does mean we have pretty high standards, doesn't it?
Yeah, we do.
There are certain things you want from a Chardonnay. I want from a Chardonnay. You want refreshment value. It can't be, as we've been discussing, sweet or cloying. And then you need complexity and layers of flavour. Fruit, fruit, yes, but ideally savoury layers beyond that fruit. Often that's with oak, but that needs to be done well and not overdone. You can, the lees can do that, or other things, that struck match reduction, for example. But yeah, it should have more than 1 or 2 dimensions. It needs to be 3D.
Yeah, a 3D wine.
3D Chard.
Quite agree. It needs special glasses to drink it. So there we have it. If you'd like to hear the show in full, all you have to do is subscribe to Wine Blast Plus at wineblast.co.uk or follow the link in our show notes. As a subscriber, you get early access to all episodes and enjoy subscriber-only bonus content like this show, as well as full archive access.
You'll also be supporting the show and benefiting from subscriber-only discounts with the likes of Corravin, Jancis Robinson Glassware and Académie du Vin Library. We'd love it if you signed up. And meantime, thanks for listening. Here's to the glory of Chardonnay, and cheers.